These are dreams from the river. These are dreams from the earth. See how the shadows go across these babies? Don't you think that's pretty?
Yes,
I
ma'am.
do. If there ain't no beauty in the world, you gotta make some beauty.
That's right.
Use you to get used by you. I don't want to get used, and I don't want to use you.
You see the bottom
And
of
I
it?
sure as hell ain't gonna abuse you. And I'm
Cool.
sure as hell not gonna let you abuse me. Not when I can do this kind of stuff and make pretty. This is one that I started working on today. It's still all wet and still dreaming of being finished. It's not quite ready yet. I'm going to show you a really quick little trick on how I do this. If I can find my clay. All I do is just take a little piece of clay like this, slap it around. See that? That's bird shit. Don't hurt the clay at all.
Good old bird shit.
Little bit of bird shit. Little bit of dog stuff. Throw it in the mold like that. And you see what happens? The clay tells me what it wants to do.
Yeah.
The clay tells me how it wants to play. So I try to listen to it. Sometimes I'm really good about that, and sometimes I'm not, just like anything else, you know?
Yep.
This is made by taking a piece of shabby old lace, putting the lace on top and pressing down like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is what you get.
Oh, wow.
You get a texture like lizard.
That's cool.
You get a texture like rock. You get a texture like the earth getting wrapped around in the water.
Wow.
You take that, you ask it where it wants to go. Trippy, huh? There you go.
Nice. Kind of reminds me of songwriting too.
Yeah, well, the thing is, you know, if you just let Mother Earth flow.
Yep. I'm always asking myself, what does the song need? And
What does the song need? What does God need? What is God telling you you need? What do you need to do to make your song yours?
Yep.
So that's it. Like I play around with it a little bit, make some little viney things and some little leafy things, smash and smush. This one I'm doing is really quick and sloppy just to show off. Most of these take about 4 to 5 hours to do because I'm obsessive.
That is one trait that is very conducive to great art.
Yeah, I think so. And even if it wasn't, not a damn thing I can do about it. Baby,
Right?
let me tell you. So I might as well make it for art. But see, there you go. You got this little natural form. Now, I use the mold only because this is very soft, wet clay. Iron has a tendency to collapse. So what I do is use the mold to hold it until it gets hard enough to hold it to stand by its own. You don't need molds, but I get a little insecure. And I like working the clay really soft, really wet, and really warm.
Yeah.
Most clay is worked inside in a studio,
Right.
And it's cold. It's like the grave. It's cold, and cold clay is okay. I love working cold clay too, but let me tell you, baby, being out in the sun like this all day long,
You're not going to get any bird shit inside either, right?
no,
That's the funk.
the funk. Well, I get the funk anyway. I walk inside and I got funk.
That's where a lot of good shit comes from, is the funk.
Totally. Shit, goddamn, get off your ass and jam, as George Clinton used to say. One of my favorite people. I just covered it up with plastic, and this is a miracle. Old potters didn't have plastic. What this does, see this moisture? That's being pulled in two ways. The the mold is made out of plaster and it's dry.
Okay.
It sucks moisture away.
Okay.
So the lividity does not weaken the clay. The clay isn't sitting somewhere wet.
Okay.
But when you cover it in plastic like this, it acts like a humidifier.
Okay.
And it helps the clay dry slowly.
Nice.
Because with the high iron, you have to have it a little bit slower than usual. But I started working on this morning, and it's already pulling away from the mold. You can see that, and that's how you can tell it's already starting to dry.
Okay.
And this is actually getting a little too dry, so what I'm going to have to do is just spray it down and hope for the best. Because sometimes when it dries too quickly, it just cracks. Then you say, shit, goddamn, and you throw it back in the water. It's no big deal.
Right.
The wonderful thing about clay is the fact that there's no waste ever, 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 ever. All these pieces, I kind of ran out of clay at one point, and I scraped all my pots down. Like if you look here, all the shit on the edge, okay, all these pots were empty, and I just scraped all that shit down. I got about 15 pounds of clay.
Okay.
And that's what these are made from, is just the recycled crap.
So you can reuse it as long as you haven't fired it? Is that the deal?
Right. As long as you haven't fired it, it's just dirt. And it gets dry, you can see like right here. Like that. That's clay.
Oh, yeah.
So what I'll do is I just pop it in here. Now, the other day I did a criminal run and liberated some clay from a place that didn't deserve having it.
Power to the people.
Power to the people.